Groning, left side wing, back-to-back threes, got it! Groning with back-to-back triples herself. She's got 6 points, and it's to a 9-point lead again.
Winter is here, and while the Bear is heading indoors, it certainly isn't going to hibernate. It's basketball season, and the gyms of Caribou County are heating up for this season's road to the playoffs.
Taken by Smith. Casey brings the ball forward, passes up ahead, backdoor pass to Lexi White, back to Smith who puts it up and in.
Whether it's the Soda Springs Cardinals, the Grace Grizzlies, or the North Gem Cowgirls, there is room for all in this Bears winter wonderland.
Stoddard outside, pump fakes on the three, feeds it to Christensen, wide open, splashes it home. Kyrie Christensen with a big three.
So come on in out of the cold and get yourself ready for Caribou County basketball on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Yamauchi with the basketball, fires it underneath, it's going to be White, reverse layup, and the Cardinals take a 1-point lead on Alexa White's 4th point of the game.
Local sports on KBRV 800 The Bear are brought to you by Sanders Furniture, Reed's Plumbing and Heating, Monsanto, Silver Star Communications, and by Cook Brothers Broadcasting.
To Shea Donaldson, open for three, splash it down. Shea Donaldson cuts the lead down to 1 with her first basket of the night.
We are 20 minutes away from tonight's opening tip, so let's head courtside with the voice of Caribou County Sports, Caleb Burgraff.
And welcome out to the home of the Parma Wildcats. It is another edition, Parma Panthers, I should say. They're a type of cat, but they're just not the same type of cat. It is another edition of Cardinals basketball as the Lady Cardinals getting set to jump out into their first game of the traditional Parma Holiday Classic, and they're going to be taking on EMMETT and the Huskies up from the 3A classification as the Cardinals look to try and defend their championship from last year with a good deep run in this year's tournament. When you talk about last year's championship, it was definitely a very good run for them. They really didn't have a close game until they got to the championship game that year. They were able to take down Baker, Oregon in the opening game, 42-24. Then they took down Parma 41-19. And even in the championship game of this tournament, they didn't have too much trouble, a 44-31 win against Marsing. And of course, for the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals, that was essentially the start, although they had 2 games previous to that, essentially the start of an undefeated run that would take them all the way to the state championship later on that year. So you could say this holiday tournament here at Parma was one of the reasons that the Soda Springs Cardinals were really able to get onto that roll and able to get to that state championship. And a lot of people that you talk to around Soda Springs will sit there and tell you that this holiday tournament is the reason, this is when the Cardinals really started to gel together. They started to find that rhythm for themselves out there on the court, and we're hoping that will happen once again this season as the Cardinals have had some ups, they've had some downs. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster year for Soda Springs and the Lady Cardinals this season, but they are definitely starting to get into that groove that you like to see teams get into on the season, and hopefully they can hit their peak again here. They're coming off of a little bit of momentum as they were able to take down Malat 41-31 in their last contest. That was, though, 11 days ago, and you never know what can happen during a day off and a time stretch like that. And also the Lady Cardinals, it's been a little while since they've been able to practice in their home gym. They have had to go and rely on the kindness of others, including the Grace High School basketball team, or the Grace High School, I should say, as they had to go practice over at Grace High School while the Soda Springs gym was being resurfaced over the last couple of weeks. So these Cardinals, it's going to be curious to see how they come out in this one. They actually practiced here last night at Parma to get a practice in as well. So we'll see how they come out onto the court, and we'll see how they jump out into this one as they get set to take on EMMETT and the Huskies. We'll talk more about EMMETT and the Huskies later on the pregame show as we continue on here on KBRV 800 The Bear. But first, we're going to jump into our standout student interview. We had a chance to sit down and talk with Garrett Cunningham. He is a senior at Soda Springs High School. We'll be back with his interview, brought to you by Caribou Motor Rewind after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and live with video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is just minutes from the Boise Municipal Airport and 1 mile from the Nampa Municipal Airport. Whether you're traveling for pleasure or on business, you will enjoy the warm surroundings and friendly staff that really make you feel at home. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is close to the hospital, skiing, and restaurants. Come rest and relax. Call 1-800-HOLIDAY to reserve your rooms today. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center, 1-800-465-4329. Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
How'd I do?
You'll get better.
Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track thanks to Silver Star Communications high-speed internet. Reliable, consistent speeds give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa.
You'll get better.
Visit silverstar.com to learn more.
Welcome back out into the home of the Parma Panthers. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Time now for just us to jump into our Caribou Motor Rewind Standout Student, brought to you by the fine folks at Caribou Motor Rewind in Soda Springs. Garrett Cunningham's going to join us on the other side of this break, but first, a message from our sponsor.
For the past 32 years, the team at Caribou Motor Rewind has been specializing in pumps and electric motors, including domestic pumps for house wells. Offering parts and service, they have everything you need. The team at Caribou Motor Rewind thanks everyone in southeastern Idaho for your business and congratulates area high school students on their hard work and dedication to schoolwork and to sports. Caribou Motor Rewind, 198 North Hooper, Soda Springs. Stop in today.
Time now for our interview with Garrett Cunningham, a senior at Soda Springs High School.
Caleb Burgraff with senior Garrett Cunningham from Soda Springs High School. And Garrett, how's the senior year been going for you?
Pretty good. It's really weird being a senior. I don't know if I'm ready to move on yet, but it's been a pretty good year so far.
First half of the semester is almost over. Are you going to be one of those kids that tries to graduate early, or are you going to be pushing through the rest of your senior year too?
I don't think I'm going to graduate early. I think I'm going to keep going, just try to enjoy the high school experience for as long as I can. I still got some credits I need to get.
Talking about those credits and the classes, what are some of the classes you took this semester, and which ones were some of your favorites?
Right now, the classes I'm taking got statistics, Anat and Phys, senior English, government, stuff like that. And I think that probably stats and Anat and Phys are my favorite. Anat and Phys relating strongly to what I'm planning on doing in my life. And stats has just had some really interesting stuff, and I've learned a lot.
You talked about enjoying problem solving. What made it so you enjoy problem solving? Is it the reward at the end, or do you enjoy the struggle of trying to figure out what's going on?
I think it's a little bit of both. I like sitting there and thinking, what could I do to make this work and make this better? And then when I finally get it, it's a sense of accomplishment that I enjoy.
Here at Soda Springs, you're a senior now. You've gone through all the teachers in the school at this point in time, or at least most of the teachers in the school. Who are some of your favorite teachers from the school from all the way to the time you've been here?
I think my favorites are probably Mr. McMurray and Mr. Horsley. Mr. McMurray, he's just got this, he drives you to work really hard, and he's just kind of crazy all the time, and I've learned a lot from him. Mr. Horsley is kind of the same way. He's really fun, gets you involved. They're just great teachers.
What makes a good teacher for you? When you walk into a classroom and you want to have a good experience with that teacher, what do you look for?
I like it when a teacher tries to make sure that you understand the material other than just memorizing it. I like it when they want to get you involved and they're working hard to help you work hard and succeed.
Couple more questions for you. Outside of the schoolwork, the fun side of schools, the clubs, the organizations, the sports, do you do any sports? Are you involved in any clubs and out extracurricular stuff?
I've played basketball for a few years. I'm not playing this year, but I enjoyed that for the last 3 years. And I've run cross country every year. This year, I don't know if I'm going to do track or golf. I've done both in the past, and I've enjoyed all of it a lot. It's part of the high school experience. It's been fun.
Now, you said you're looking at going to college, going to University of Utah, and you want to go into biomedical engineering, a really tough field, a really specific field, but it looks like you're going to enjoy it, or sounds like you're going to enjoy it at this point in time. What made you choose University of Utah over some of the other places you could have gone?
I've done a lot of research. That's just kind of what I do. My family kind of makes fun of me because I research everything, whether if I'm buying something. And University of Utah is one of the top schools in the nation for biomedical engineering. I went on a visit down there, and they showed me around the campus. They told me about some of the stuff they offer, showed me all the facilities, and thought it was really cool. It looks like something that'll be a great match for me, and I'm looking forward to seeing if that's where I'm able to go.
Any scholarship opportunities as far as that goes either, or is it pretty much going to be pay your own way at this point in time?
I think I can get some scholarships. University of Utah hasn't released any of that stuff yet. Hopefully I can, but I have backup plans where I do have some scholarship opportunities in case that doesn't work out.
One final question for you, and that's with your time here at Soda Springs High School slowly wrapping up. What's your favorite thing about being a Cardinal? When you look back on your days in high school, what are you going to remember the most?
It's just a pretty good school. Got some cool teachers, cool people. All the events are fun, going and supporting all your teams. It's been a pretty cool experience.
Garrett, thank you so much again for taking the time. You're a standout student for this week.
Thank you.
Welcome back out to the home of Parma. That was senior Garrett Cunningham here on our standout student portion of the pregame show, as he is a senior at Soda Springs High School getting set to move on, and we wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to jump into a look at what the EMMETT Huskies, we normally would have an interview with their coach. Unfortunately, their coach would not show up until we were into the middle of our pregame show. We do have a little bit of a look at their team, though, and a little bit of a look at what they're going to be bringing to the table, how they've done so far this year. All that's coming up on the other side of this break on KBRV 800 The Bear, with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Hi, this is John Ondrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You know, style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to Parma High School, home of the Panthers, as the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals getting set to take on EMMETT and the Huskies in their opening round game. Let's take a look at what the Huskies are bringing to the table in the position normally we would talk to their coach at this point in time, but again, not necessarily enough time to get an interview onto the air. They are coming into this game at 6-2. They won their first game against New Plymouth before dropping the rematch of that one at New Plymouth 43-40. They won 55-33. They're a team that has consistently put points up onto the board at a high level. They've only been held under 45 points points 3 times so far this year, once in a win against Skyview, and in their 2 losses to New Plymouth and Middleton, they were held below 45 points as well. They put up 47 against Caldwell twice, as they beat Caldwell 47-46 and 52-41. They've also taken down Baker, Oregon, and the Bulldogs 62-52, although looking back on that one, the Baker City Bulldogs on the girls' side are not necessarily the team that everyone has thought they were going to be this year. I talked to one of my old broadcast buddies over in LeGrand who helps cover Baker and the Bulldogs, and he says their girls' team this year has not come out with necessarily a lot of the hype that they wanted to this year. So that win, not necessarily as impressive as it might have been, judging by what people were expecting earlier in the year. After that, they got a 65-60 win against Parma, and then, as I said, that 36-39 loss to Middleton. Their last game was supposed to be against Weiser, but that game was not able to be played due to a problem that was had due to weather, of course, with that being when the major storm was coming through on the 17th, same time when the Malad game happened for Soda that they weren't sure if was going to get played. And that brings us to the holiday tournament against a 6-2 record for Emmett. We'll take a break, and on the other side of this break, we're going to sit down and talk with our coach from the Soda Springs Cardinals. This time it was Matt Groning who joined us on the pregame show. We'll talk with him after this on KBR V800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience, an ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Caleb Bergraff joined here on the pregame show with Matt Groning, who's one of the assistant coaches and helpers for Wade Schwanevelt and the girls basketball team at Soda. And Matt, the girls so far this year, it's been a little bit of an up and down season, a tough schedule though to start the season out. Now we're at the midway point. How, in your opinion, have the girls been playing so far this year?
They've been playing okay, I guess, in my opinion, and they've been getting better with every game, and that's what you want as a coach and as a team. We've got it's kind of a somewhat of a new group getting gelled together, and I think that's been the biggest adjustment for us so far this year is girls getting to know girls on a personal level and also on a basketball level, because they're getting to know each other's tendencies on the floor. We're looking for leaders. Some people have new roles, and we're just getting used to new positions altogether.
When you look at this team, everybody that you talk to over in Soda says that around this time, around the Parma tournament, was where last year's team really started to get a groove, started to play together and get into that form. Do you think that's something this team can do here as well and really start to hit that form where you really think that there's a place where they can go to the next level?
I do. It's like you said, we're getting towards midway in the season, and that's what you like to see about this time of the season is you start to find out where you fit in, like I talked about, and I think a lot of girls are getting that figured out. And this is a good what I want to say, measuring stone for us right now at this time in the season, and this group's capable of it. Right now, we've struggled a little bit on the offensive end, and we need to get that picked up a little bit. But yeah, this is a good measuring stick for us here for sure.
We have to cut that interview short as there is going to be no national anthem here this afternoon, and the two teams are out onto the court a little bit ahead of schedule here. And so with that, let's jump right into our starting lineups for tonight's ball game. And those are going to be starting off with the EMMETT Huskies. Number 10, Jessica Leiter, a 5'7" senior. Number 11 is Lily Smith, a 5'7" sophomore. Number 12 is Maddie Jo Taylor, a 5'6" junior. Number 25 is Allie Kaiser, a 5'7" sophomore. And number 33 is Morgan Mitchell. She is a 6'1" junior on the court for the EMMETT Huskies once again. On the other side for Soda Springs and the Cardinals, their starting lineup is going to look like this. Callie Groning leads the way as a 5'7" senior. Number 3, Alexa White, is going to be on the far side of the court, 5'2". Number 4 is 5'5", Casey Smith. Number 12 is 5'6", Reagan Yamauchi, and wrapping it all up is number 24, 5'10", Kirsten Rasmussen in the center circle, who will be taking it against Morgan Mitchell as our Grace 3C Grill and Grace opening tip set to come your way right now on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com as the tip is up and won over by EMMETT and the Huskies working left to right, wearing the white and blue jerseys and cutting into the lane quickly and going up for the first shot and missing it on the opening shot is Lily Smith as she can't quite corral that one. The Cardinals will bring it back the other way, working right to left. Groning, wearing the black road uniform for the Cardinals, stands top of the key, cuts to her left, stands on the elbow, picks up her dribble, moves it back to Yamauchi, who will bring it over to the left of the key. Gives off to Groning. Pass down low into the lane. Rasmussen deflects it back outside to keep it from being turned over as Yamauchi takes it to the wing. Lofts a pass into the paint where Rasmussen is going to be hacked from behind, and that'll be the first foul to go on EMMETT and the Huskies, and it's going to be called on, I believe, number 10 for her first, as that is going to be Jessica Leiter, I believe. So we'll get you that foul as soon as they get that up on the board, as the inbounds pass is going to be tipped out of bounds to the near side. It will remain Cardinals basketball here. 7:23 to go. And nobody has cracked the scoreboard yet on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. So we'll keep you updated as the Cardinals look to inbound. Full court pressure being applied by the Huskies. Lob pass over to the right side. Driving at Alexa White all the way to the hoop. Lays it up softly in. Alexa White gets the Cardinals onto the board first. And Soda Springs takes a 2-0 lead on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Back the other way. Straight up with the ball and being blocked down on the low block. Groning is going to foul Jessica Leiter and send her to the line. And that will be 2 shots coming up for the Huskies to try and crack the scoreboard here for themselves and get themselves back into this game. Trailing 2-0 against Soda Springs and the Cardinals. First free throw by Leiter is up and good as the senior 5'7" stands to the line. Neon green shoes with black socks and then a white uniform. As I said above that, with blue trim and blue numbers. The second free throw, no good. Rolls off the right side. Groning tracks it down for her second rebound of the game and brings it forward. Up to the right side. Gives off to Smith, who holds it on the wing. Now dribbles around to her left into the paint. Goes all the way to the hoop. Lofts one high and in. Casey Smith with a trick shot into the lane gives the Cardinals a 3-point advantage, 4-1. Great start for Soda Springs. Now it's going to get even better. They'll force a turnover onto the Huskies, almost turning it back over themselves, but they'll keep possession of it. Groning gives it up to the left side. Smith on the baseline, picks up her dribble, now lofts the pass up to the top of the key where it'll be taken by White. She fakes a pass inside, recovers her dribble, backs it up to Smith, who's going to go to the wing, puts up a quick 3 ball. That's bottoms! Casey Smith going deep from downtown. Cardinals up 7-1 early on the Huskies. Quickly up the court. It's going to be a drive by Smith into the lane. A hold is going to be called on the Cardinals on the drive. It's going to be called on Reagan Yamauchi, so she'll pick up her first foul. And the Huskies will step to the the inbound the ball after the Cardinals pick up their second foul. 6:54 to go. Huskies inbound the ball up to the top of the key. Maddie Jo Taylor takes it. Loft pass into the paint. It's turned over. Cardinals get the steal as It's going to be Kirsten Rasmussen coming up with the ball. She feeds it up ahead, and Groning now gets it back to Rasmussen at the free throw line. Quick jumper high into the air, no good. Off the back iron, and getting her first rebound is going to be Lily Smith. Comes to the right side before walking it back over to the top of the key. Huskies down 7-1, 6:30 to go, first quarter of play. Cardinals on an early run. It'll be Smith taking the ball to her right, tries to drive around. Cardinals zone, almost follows the ball out of her hand. Now bouncing it back up to Joe Taylor, and now moving it to the left side where it's going to be a three ball by Jessica Leiter. She lights up the scoreboard with her first triple of the game, first field goal for the Huskies, and it's 7-4. 3-point advantage for the Cardinals. Up the court, Casey Smith takes on the wing, drives baseline, backdoor pass, great eyes and great vision to find Kirsten Rasmussen on the backside to lay it up and in. It's 9-4. Cardinals leading by 5. Up to the right side wing. Ball's going to be floated across the lane. Joe Taylor gives the ball off to the top of the key where Smith gives it off into the hands of Leiter. She goes inside, taking it down low as a 6'1" post Mitchell before going to the right side corner. Joe Taylor now takes it on the wing. Her air ball is going to bounce out of bounds as the three ball was well off target, and the Cardinals are going to take the basketball back up the court. 5:35 to go, 9-4. Cardinals on top on your Gate City Real Estate scoreboard here in quarter number 1. Callie Groning will inbound the basketball, gets it to Yamauchi in the backcourt. Again, full court pressure being applied by the Huskies. Yamauchi's going to break it to the left side, comes up to the top of the key, steps in at the free throw line, puts up a quick jumper, short off the side of the rim. Morgan Mitchell pulls down her first rebound of the game and gives the ball off, and it'll be Smith to bring it forward. Up the left side, she crosses back around, gets around Kat McCullough, who's checked into the game, and Kat's going to pick up her first foul as she hip checked on Smith as she was trying to drive around. Substitutions will come in as Callie Groning will take a seat on the bench for the Cardinals. Into the game for the Huskies is going to be Danielle Martinson as Taylor Myers checks in for Soda Springs. 5:16 to go. Pass is going to be lofted in and taken by Smith as she'll walk it up the left side by the logo. Guarded outside by Kat McCullough, who's going to bump the ball away, picks up the ball herself, steps around, picks up her dribble, and now is going to pass it off to the right side. Yamauchi open from 15 feet, skips it off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound dribbles out before being picked up by Maddie Jo Taylor, and it'll be back over to the Huskies to bring it forward, although they're going to throw it away. Ball dribbles out of bounds, though, as it was a scrum for the basketball near half court, and the Huskies will retain possession of it, although they do have 3 turnovers so far to none for the Cardinals in the early going. 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Over to the left side, Smith bounces the ball to Taylor. She tries to drive in, steps up, puts up a shot, blocked away by Rasmussen. Up the right side, McCullough stops at the elbow, picks up her dribble, feeds one down low to Rasmussen, wide open underneath the defense, who lays it up and in. Cardinals have expanded their lead to 7, biggest it's been all game. It's 11-4. Up the right side with the basketball, left side with the basketball, working left to right is going to be Smith, who is fouled, and a timeout's taken. No, there is no foul. It will be a timeout, and we'll take one with them as well. Quick timeout here on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is just minutes from the Boise Municipal Airport and 1 mile from the Nampa Municipal Airport. Whether you're traveling for pleasure or on business, you will enjoy the warm surroundings and friendly staff that really make you feel at home. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is close to the hospital, skiing, and restaurants. Come rest and relax. Call 1-800-HOLIDAY to reserve your rooms today. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center, 1-800-465-4329.
Welcome back out to the home of Parma and the Huskies. Caleb Berggraf here, Parma and the Panthers, where they're hosting the Invitational Tournament. Ball's going to be lobbed up court as the Huskies take possession of it out of the timeout, trailing 11-4 with 4:16 to go. Spinning her way into the lane, Smith lobs the pass outside, takes it in the corner is Allie Kaiser, who puts up a quick jumper. No good. Rebound's going to be tracked down on the near side by Jessie Belknap to give off to Yamauchi to bring it forward. Cardinals in transition will cross the timeline with about 4 minutes to go. Yamauchi dribbling on the outside, guarded by Smith, catches a screen from Casey Smith. Yamauchi drives in, lofts one up on a teardrop, can't get it to go, gets her own rebound, blocked on the second one. Near side, Belknap puts up a short jumper that airballs, and the rebound is going to dribble out of bounds. Yamauchi with a pair of rebounds on that one, but she could not get a shot to go down. And with 3:45 to go, it's going to be an 11-4 score with the Cardinals moving it back the other way. Up the left side, Smith moves it into the hands of Kaiser, comes up the right side, crosses the timeline, and pulls it back up before giving it off to Smith. She drives into the corner, puts up a quick shot, in and out, and back in again. Lily Smith rattles it home. Her first field goal of the game. It's 11-6. Soda Springs lead trim back down to 5 with 3:22 to go. Ball lofted up to Myers, who's going to take it outside the right wing. Dribbles to her right, guarded by Kaiser. Now passes it off to McCullough. Stands on the right elbow before swinging it left side to Groning. She holds it on the wing, takes a couple of dribbles around before bouncing it off to Yamauchi at the top of the key. Reagan, full leg sleeves still with the black uniform and black leg sleeves, going with the black shoes, is going to loft it back up to Groning. She holds it top of the key, spins around to her right, steps back, picks up her dribble, guarded tightly on the outside before finding Yamauchi near the top of the key for the three-point line. She'll back it up herself. Looks to go right, catches a screen, drives to her right some more, stops at the wing, bounce pass down low where it's going to be Myers forcing up a shot, and they're going to call a foul down low. Didn't look to be a ton of contact, but it will go as a foul against Lily Smith down on the low block, and it will send Taylor Myers to the stripe for free throws. Second team foul on Emmett and the Huskies, to 3 for the Cardinals. Myers' first free throw up and bottoms it out. So the Cardinals move to 1 for 1 at the stripe. Their lead improves now as it goes to 12-6. And substitutions will check in as Yamauchi will check out, as does Kat McCullough. Into the game, Casey Smith will check back in, as does, Callie Groning will check back in, as does Tarney Barfus for her first minutes. Second free throw, I should say, for Myers, up, no good, off to the left side. Rebound pulled in by Kaiser. Cardinals trying to force a steal, are going to have the full court pressure intensely applied against the Huskies, but a foul is going to be called as a result of that intense pressure. Casey Smith hacks Lily Smith on her way up the court as the Smiths getting into it out there. And it will be back over to the Huskies to bring it up. Still full court pressure being applied by the Cardinals with 2 minutes and 33 seconds to go. Smith to her right side, picks up her dribble, fires one up ahead, taken up forward by Mitchell, who passes it off now to the left side where Probst comes back to Smith up at the top of the key. Cardinals fake a trap. Now they move it to the right side. Kaiser takes one dribble, steps around, guarded by Myers tightly and forcing her to get the ball off. Pass is going to be thrown away now as right side corner Danielle Marston ends up throwing it through the lane. I think she was trying to get it to Mitchell. Instead, turns it over and throws it back to the Cardinals. 4 turnovers for Emmett and the Huskies, and the Cardinals will have a chance to build on their 6-point lead with 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Right side, Smith takes the point, goes to Groning, who takes it on the right side wing. Guarded out there by Leiter. Now lob pass down low. Belknap, beautiful cut along the right side of the lane. Jesse Belknap gets the lay-in, and it's up to an 8-point advantage for Soda Springs on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. They almost had a chance to build on it as the ball is poked away from behind, but the near side official is going to call a foul on Callie Groning from behind. That'll be Callie's second foul, and it will give a chance at free throws. No free throws yet. I wasn't sure if it was a shooting foul or not. It'll give a chance for the Huskies to inbound, and into the game is going to check Ariana Finlayson. And Groning will take a seat with her second foul. Minute 53 to go, first quarter of play. To inbound the ball is going to be Leiter. Holds the ball on the baseline, waits for someone to break open, feeds one in. Outside, it's going to be taken by Probst, who gives it back out to Kaiser. Smith now takes it right at the top of the key, drives in a couple steps, puts down her shoulder, ups the shot. No good. Rebound pulled in by Mitchell, and now a foul is going to be called after Mitchell got the rebound, as I think Wade Schwanevelt wanted a jump ball on that one. It's going to go on Ariana Finlayson, so her first foul, and the Cardinals sixth as a team. To inbound the ball, it's going to be a shot by Leiter. Her shot, or inbound, I should say, to Mitchell is no good. Rebounded on the backside by Sage Probst, and the Cardinals will get her put back pulled down as Jessie Belknap gets her second rebound of the game. Minute and 28 seconds to go. To the left side, it's going to be Smith, who cuts into the lane, drives right at Mitchell, lofts one high into the air, over the backboard almost. It's going to be rebounded on the backside by Sage Probst, and back up the court comes the Huskies. To the left side, Smith tries to cross up Smith, and now pass the ball over to the middle of the court where it's going to be another turnover. The Cardinals are going to bat the ball around and pick it up themselves. Smith goes to the right side to Myers, who steps around a defender, puts up a shot, blocked on the way up, rebounded on the way down by Leiter, and the Cardinals will have to get back on defense, but they'll do it and force another turnover as Casey Smith pulls up the basketball, and this time the foul is going to be called on the Huskies, and Allie Kaiser, who picks up her first. Third team foul on the Huskies. And with 53 seconds to go, the Cardinals will be inbounding from the near sideline. After another Husky turnover, they're 6 to Soda Springs 0. It'll be Ariana to bring it forward. Goes over to the right side. White takes the ball outside the wing. Now gives back to Ariana near the center court logo. She passes to the left side. Kat McCullough holds it on the wing, looking down low before giving it back to Finlayson. Back to McCullough. Cardinals working around a 1-3-1 defense that's being shuffled around the outside circle by the Huskies. They'll continue to work it around. Ariana playing catch right now with Finlayson, and a travel is going to be called early on Finlayson. That'll be the Cardinals' first turnover of the game, and it gives it back over to the Huskies with 30 seconds left to go here. First quarter, Cardinals up 14-6 in what's been a strong start for Soda Springs. To the right side, Leiter is going to try and get a shot or a pass through the lane. Goes off of the feet of the Huskies and out of bounds once again for a 7th turnover to EMMETT. And Soda Springs will have a chance now with 23 seconds to go to bring the ball up themselves. Belknap will check out of the game. Reagan Yamauchi checks back in for the Cardinals, so a smaller lineup for Soda Springs here, getting the bigs a little bit of a rest as Tawny Barfus, the biggest member of the Cardinals, on the court. Lob pass to break the press, gets it to Finlayson. She goes to White near side McCullough, takes it back to Reagan Yamauchi at the free throw line, backs up, now gives underneath to McCullough, who's blocked away. She gets her own rebound, though. Outside White puts up a quick jumper from the free throw line. No good, rebounded on the backside by Kaiser, and the buzzer will sound with the score sitting at 14-6 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. We'll take another break and come back with more after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
First game of the Parma tournament. The Soda Springs Lady Cardinals taking on the EMMETT Huskies, and it's a 14-6 lead after a quarter of play. Soda Springs on top, and they'll be starting out with the basketball out of the timeout between quarters, as Barfus will inbound the basketball to be taken by Reagan Yamauchi, who comes straight up the center of the court. She stands, Cardinals working right to left as she moves it over to Kat McCullough on the left side wing before moving it back to Yamauchi. She finds White on the right side. Inside pass is going to be to Barfus, picks up her dribble, stands down low before giving it outside to White once again, who finds Kat top of the key. Cardinals staying some patient as they move the ball around the outside. Yamauchi, the freshman, takes it back on the left side wing, gets a screen from Kirsten Rasmussen, now skips a pass to the far side. Kat McCullough picks up the pass, cutting into the lane is going to be Rasmussen, right-handed layup. Kirsten, that's the third time she's found herself on that cut, and the second time that Kat McCullough's found her on that cut. Cardinals expanded to a 10-point lead, 16-6. Smith with the basketball, goes left side. Kaiser gets it back to Smith, who lays it up and in, as Lily Smith has been the bright spot so far for the EMMETT Huskies in this game, as she has 4 of their points, 8 points overall for the Huskies. They trail by 8 points, 16-8 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Alexa White with the ball for Soda Springs, goes to her right, pulls her dribble back out on the wing before giving it back outside where it's going to be taken by Yamauchi. Over to the right side elbow, Rasmussen gives it back out to White. Quick jump shot off the side of the rim, rebounded once again and put up by Rasmussen. who's fouled after getting the offensive board. She's going to step to the free throw line for a pair. This foul is going to end up going on Morgan Mitchell for her first foul, and the fourth team foul on Emmett and the Huskies. And Kirsten can continue a solid game that she's been having so far in the early going of this one. 6 points already, make it 7 as the first free throw hits the back of the iron, bounces up into the air a couple of feet, and then drops straight back down into the cylinder. 6 minutes, 38 seconds to go here. Second quarter, second free throw up and good as well for Rasmussen. She's got 8 points, leads the Cardinals in scorers as they have a 10-point advantage on Emmett. Emmett's going to try and break it. Kaiser going straight coast to coast, blocked out of bounds by Rasmussen as she tracked her down from the rear and sent the ball into the back wall. Great job by Rasmussen in order to try and keep Emmett from scoring on that possession. Ball's going to be inbounded now by the Huskies. 18-8. Ball lofted by Mitchell over the head of everybody. Kat McCullough tries to track it down, and a backcourt violation is finally going to be called by the officials that look like they fell asleep a little bit out there on the court. Either way, though, it will be the Cardinals who get the basketball back on the first turnover by Emmett and the Huskies of the second quarter. 18-8, 6:20 to go. Yamauchi with the ball, drives to her right, clears some space, goes into the corner. Barfus down low now, goes to McCullough. Backside pass to Rasmussen, kicks it out to White. She'll take it on the left side corner, and a travel is going to be called on White. Easy call for the officials as she picked up her back foot and ended up walking with it towards the Emmett Huskies to try and avoid getting trapped in down low in the corner. So the Cardinals, with their second turnover of the game, will give it back over to the Huskies to bring it forward. Smith goes to the left side, bounce pass over to Taylor. She lofts one near side, taken there where a pump fake comes from Goslin before getting it back to Smith. Drive around, and now Kat McCullough is going to get called for another foul. This one will be 1-and-1 free throws coming up. Kat picks up her second, and to the stripe for these 1-and-1 free throws is going to be Lily Smith. So far, Emmett is 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Jessica Leiter aimed at one free throw. Smith with the front end of a 1-and-1 here. Puts it up and cannot get it. Rebounds pulled in by Taylor Myers, and the Cardinals will come back up the right side. Over to the right side. Smith gives it up to Yamauchi, and the freshman will back it up near the logo with 5 minutes and 46 seconds left to go here. To the right side, Smith gets trapped, now avoids the trap, goes inside, passes it behind the head of Yamauchi, who didn't have her head up, and the Cardinals will turn that one back over to the Huskies now. Third turnover of the game, and Emmett will now have a chance to try and build back into this game. Full court pressure still being applied by Soda Springs and the Cardinals. Smith tries to break through a double team, does so, gets up across half court, bounce pass to the backside. Kaiser open for two, rolls it in. Great shot by Kaiser in motion. Even better find by Lily Smith on the left side. 18-10 with 5:20 to go. To the right side, McCullough with the basketball, lofts the pass to Taylor Myers near the top of the key. Inside pass goes to Yamauchi, picked up by Rasmussen. Outside, Casey Smith for three, can't get it to go. Rebound goes down to McCullough, who's up for the shot, counted in the foul. Kat McCullough with the offensive board, and the Cardinals have a 3-point advantage coming up here as they have a 10-point advantage in the game, a 20-10 lead on the scoreboard with 5:08 left to go. McCullough to the stripe for the and one free throw, gets it to go. Soda Springs moves to 4 for 5 at the stripe, and the score goes to 21-10. Cardinals on top easily here in game number one. Up the left side of the court, it'll be Leiter to take the point. Goes down onto the baseline, dribbles it off her foot and out of bounds, and the Huskies will return the favor on a turnover of their own. Soda Springs gets another chance to build their way back into this game and continue to build on their lead, and the Huskies back off their full court pressure. First time in the game we've seen the Huskies do that, as Soda Springs will give it off to Reagan Yamauchi to take the point and bring the basketball forward. She'll come straight up the point, guarded by Smith, goes right side where Casey Smith takes the ball. Casey looks down low, still looks down low, now finds Yamauchi at the free throw line. She steps through a block, puts it over to Kat McCullough, who's blocked on her attempt out of bounds. Coming up with a block was Mitchell for the Huskies, and it'll be another inbounds pass coming up as getting set to loft this one, and it's going to be Yamauchi from the baseline. Finds Rasmussen, coming open, break on a break, can't get the shot to go. Taylor Myers gets the board, puts up a shot, and she's fouled on the attempt, so Taylor's going to step to the line after another offensive rebound. And we'll have a pair of free throws coming up. The foul is called on Allie Kaiser. That's her second foul. One more coming up for Myers. Red shoes with some silver sparkle to him as the free throw up and good. She goes to 2 for 3 on the night now with one more coming up. Taylor, a sophomore for the Cardinals. A lot of bright spots from her on the season. A lot of bright spots for the Cardinals as a team on the season as Mitchell pulls down the rebound after the missed second shot. Not a whole lot has been said from Mitchell despite being a 6'1" junior for the EMMETT Huskies. Up to the near side. Ball is going to be pass taken there by Leiter, and she is denied again as Rasmussen comes up with her second block, and a foul is going to be called driving up the court. Cardinals will have 1-and-1 free throws. This foul goes on Jessica Leiter. I believe that is going to be her first, and up to the line goes Casey Smith for 1-and-1 free throws. She's got 5 points in the game so far, a chance to add to her total now. First one up, that's Bottoms. Give her 6 points now on the night. Another turnover for EMMETT and the Huskies, who have 10 of them in the game so far. Now one more coming. Smith looks over, puts it up, and gets that one to go as well. So 2 for 2 on the trip to the stripe. She's got 7 points, second in scoring on the Cardinals as they lead 24-10. And now a backcourt violation on the Huskies again as they have trouble coming up with the full court pressure the Cardinals are applying. And a timeout's going to be taken by the head coach of the Huskies in Lorraine Harrison. We'll take a break as well. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Welcome back out to the home of the Parma Panthers, where they're hosting their traditional holiday tournament. And the Soda Springs Cardinals, who won the tournament last year, are off to a phenomenal start, 24-10 over Parma and the Huskies, as they look to try and move to 7-3 on the season. The Soda Springs Cardinals have had a very, very strong year as they look to try and continue that here at this tournament and give themselves that boost that we're hoping for to give them a run into the state championships once again, where they hope to defend their title there as well. Soda Springs will bring the basketball forward over to the right side. Ball is going to be passed into the hands of Myers. She holds onto it on the wing, fires it inside. Rasmussen again wide open in the lane. Hits double figures, a pair of blocks and a rebound as well. And then the near side, a travel is going to be called on the Huskies as they try to break the press. Allie Kaiser goes to her knees and walks with the basketball for a 5th turnover in the quarter, 12th of the game. And the Huskies are quickly watching this game start to fall apart for them on the court. Right side, ball goes into the hands of Myers, who holds it on the wing. She'll flip it off to Smith, drives left side, picks up her dribble after losing the ball before getting it to McCullough. She used up her dribble, now gives off to Myers, who smartly rolls the ball out to McCullough. She fell down. McCullough gets away with a carry on the right side, picks up her dribble, fires a pass off of the feet of the Huskies, picked up in the ground by Myers, who gets it to Rasmussen, and the Cardinals just holding on to the ball. It'll be Yamauchi to bring the basketball back outside. Fires a pass to the left side where it's going to be taken by Smith. Lob pass down low. Rasmussen can't control it, and out of bounds it goes on Rasmussen's attempt to loft it back into the middle. And Soda Springs will turn it over for the 3rd time in the quarter with 3:24 to go, and the score sitting at 26-10. Cardinals will make a substitution as Kat McCullough will check out. Alexa White back into the game for Soda Springs. And the Huskies to inbound with the ball is Smith. She takes it on the baseline. Full court pressure still being applied by the Cardinals as the Huskies break it easily this time. Kaiser to the left side gets the ball into the hands of, Sage Probst, who puts up a shot, can't get it to go. They're going to call a foul on the shot, though, I believe. Foul goes on Kirsten Rasmussen, who's been everywhere, but only her first foul. And to the line, Sage Probst for 2 free throws. 3:13, it's going to be 1-1, but she knocks home the front end of it. And the score goes down to a 15-point lead for the Cardinals, 26-11. Soda Springs has held EMMETT to under single digits in this quarter as well as the last quarter, and They did the same thing in the first quarter for themselves. They put up double figures, and trying to do that again as the Huskies will go back on defense after the second free throw drops down as well. 26-12 to the left side. Yamauchi's going to drive in, now pulls up, hesitates, drives back in again, goes against Mitchell, and is denied out of bounds. A poor call by the officials there, in my opinion, as I looked like Mitchell got the clean block, but Reagan's going to step to the line, and she's going to have a pair of free throws. That's nothing against Reagan, as it was a good drive. Just I thought Mitchell, for the play that she had down low, had a better foul than that. There was not necessarily a ton of contact except at the body, but a huge rejection. First free throw coming up for Yamauchi here at the line as she looks it over, puts it up, and gets that one to go. The Cardinals having a phenomenal night at the free throw line as they have only missed two attempts so far in the game. One more coming up for Yamauchi as she crouches down low and puts this one up. That is going to roll its way in as well, which makes her perfect on the night so far at the stripe. The only one to miss free throws is Taylor Myers, and she almost forces a turnover on an inbounds play up ahead, bounces it out of bounds as she got her hand into the passing lane and keeps EMMETT from being able to run the court. 28-12 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Inbounds play coming up for the Huskies. Those will be taken by Smith to walk it around to the near side. She drives to her right, bounces a pass near side, taken there by Probst. Probst uses her dribble to get away from Alexa White, picks it up again, now looks to her right, bounces a quick pass into the hands of Kaiser, who brings it out near half court, gets away with a double dribble, now passes it near side to Smith, over to her left. Smith tries to cut in. Cardinals extending their defense outside the three-point line as the ball is fired to Kaiser, left side wing. She picks up her dribble, bounce pass left side corner, and a ball is going to be almost batted away from Smith, who spins her way into the lane, loses her footing, and they're going to call a foul on the Cardinals as they're going to say she got tripped up on the play by Taylor Myers on the backside. It'll be Taylor's first foul and the ninth team foul on the Cardinals. So the final 1-and-1 free throw is coming up as Lily Smith steps to the stripe. Do want to remind you, keep an eye out for your shot of the game, brought to you by ANC Embroidery. And the first free throw is no good, so no good on the shot of the game there. The ball is going to be batted out of bounds. Last touch by the Huskies, they're going to say, and it will be Soda Springs to inbound the basketball. And the Cardinals will get to bring the basketball forward after some confusion by the officials. 2:20 to go. Yamauchi comes off to the left side, picks up her dribble, lost the pass near side. Smith goes up with a shot off the front of the rim, sat there for a moment. Rebound could not be corralled down low by Maddie Jo Taylor, and it goes out of bounds back to Soda Springs once again. 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go here. And an inbounds pass coming from Yamauchi. She will wait for someone to break open. Now passes this one off of Mitchell down low on the paint, and it's going to be a turnover back to the Huskies, and Smith brings it forward. Cardinals with their fourth of the quarter, fifth of the game. Near side, Kaiser pump fakes, uses their dribble to get the ball outside to Probst. Probst goes down low. Mitchell takes the ball, left side block, puts up a fadeaway and gets it to go. First time Morgan Mitchell's been heard from in the game as far as scoring goes, and she cuts the deficit down to the Cardinals only doubling up the Huskies 28-14 here with 1:44 to go. Right side, it'll be Casey Smith with the ball before feeding it to the left side where White will back it up near the logo. Alexa walks to her right, hands the ball off now to Rasmussen. He uses it above her head before giving it off to White once again. She walks to her left, gives off to Yamauchi near the logo, stands on top of the Panther logo at center court before going to her right. Gets cut off there by Smith, and now she'll slow up her walk towards the three-point line. Fires a pass near side. Rasmussen open for three, can't get it to go. Rebound's going to be tracked down by Casey Smith, though, for her first board of the game, and the Cardinals will back it up to the top of the key with Yamauchi. 1:07 to go. Yamauchi to her right, goes back to her left. Still standing at the top of the key. Smith comes out to guard her, trying to get the 5-second count started as Yamauchi still stays beyond her reach. Kicks up her dribble, goes to the left side of the top of the key. Smith takes the ball there, goes to her right. She cuts back to her left, gives off now to Rasmussen, who takes it on the wing before giving it to White near the top of the key. Huskies extending their 1-3-1 defense right now as they're working a little bit of a matchup zone against the Cardinals. Cardinals are going to beat the zone as White gets open underneath the basket and can't save the rebound as she loses it out of bounds. Back over to the Huskies once again. The Cardinals will give it after a missed shot short off the side of the rim came from Alexa White. 36 seconds left to go here now. Huskies to bring the ball forward up the left side of the top of the key. It's going to be taken by Smith. Back the spin move, blocked up into the air on the shot, though. Gets her own rebound, puts up another little turnaround jumper. That's going to be no good. And Mitchell tracks down her second board underneath the hoop. Goes up for a reverse layup. Can't get the shot to go on the back underneath. And it's going to be free throws coming up for Morgan Mitchell, who was a beast down low, fighting for the rebound and getting herself back to the stripe. 4 rebounds in the game for Morgan Mitchell. She can add some points to her total as well. First free throw for her is good. And at the way she's played so far in the second quarter, you're starting to wonder why they have not tried to give her the ball a little bit more often. Second free throw up, that is in as well. So Morgan Mitchell with 4 points ties leading scorers for the Huskies. 16-28, the Cardinals still with a 12-point advantage. Yamauchi to bring the ball forward, has it poked out of her hands by Smith, and it dribbles out of bounds to the near sideline in front of the coaches for Soda Springs and the Cardinals, as they will have an inbounds play coming up now by Kirsten Rasmussen. She'll stand right in front of her own bench, looks to lob this one in, gets it to Yamauchi. 12 seconds to go. Cardinals trying to get a point up quick to try and get a little bit more momentum going in as Yamauchi drives into the lane. Nobody stops her, gives off. Rasmussen lays it up and in. Kirsten with her 12th point of the game, and it's a 30-16 lead, and that's the score we'll take into the halftime break as the Cardinals in dominant form, taking over here at the home of Parma and the Panthers. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online where you can watch live video streaming of tonight's games on KBRV or mylocalradio.com.
They need your help. They're overstocked with Lazy Boy and Catnapper recliners, sofas, and love seats. They'll wheel and deal right now at Sanders Furniture, Flooring, and Appliance. If you will help them make room in their showroom, they'll help you keep money in your bank account while you're enjoying high-quality, comfortable Lazy Boy and Catnapper recliners, sofas, and love seats. They need your help, and you need to save money. Wheel and deal right now at Sanders Furniture, Flooring, and Appliances on Main Street in Soda Springs.
Hey, America. We need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into the halftime show, brought to you by Machiko Therapeutic Services right here on KBRV 800 The Bear. We'll be back with the first half highlights right after this.
Many things can cause the holiday blues: stress, fatigue, unrealistic expectations, over-commercialization, financial constraints, and the inability to be with one's family and friends. Remember, the holiday season does not banish reasons for feeling sad or lonely. There is room for these feelings to be present, even if the person chooses not to express them. If you or someone you know needs professional mental health counseling, visit Mexico Therapeutic Services, located at 421 West 2nd South, Suite 3 in Soda Springs. Call 208-547-4550 for an appointment. Most insurances are accepted.
Welcome back out to the home of the Parma Panthers here as the Soda Springs Cardinals taking place in the Holiday Invitational Tournament. And so far for Soda Springs, you couldn't ask for a better start for them as they have a 30-16 lead over EMMETT and the Huskies. And EMMETT and the Huskies, a 6-2 ball club. So this is not what I expected to see from this squad, as they have definitely seen better days. And in fact, this is an Emmett team, as I was saying in the pregame show, that has put up 45 points in all but 3 of their games. And those 3 games have ended up being a very close victory and then a pair of losses. So you hold this team to under 45 points, there's a very solid chance you're going to come away with a victory in this contest. And the Cardinals, they've done that so far as they held Emmett to 6 points in the first quarter as they jumped out to a 14-6 lead, forcing 7 turnovers to the Huskies while only gaining 1 turnover themselves. They also were able to dominate the rebounding category and got hot from the field, with Casey Smith hitting 1 from downtown and then a lot of shots down low in the paint as they've been sucking a defensive zone up from the Emmett Huskies as well. In the second quarter, the Cardinals were able to build on their lead 16-10 in that quarter to go into the half at a 30-16 score. We'll take another break. On the other side here, we're going to come back and give you a look at what the scoring numbers are like for these two teams. You're listening to your halftime show on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
How'd I do?
You'll get better.
Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track thanks to Silver Star Communications high-speed internet. Reliable, consistent speeds give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa.
You'll get better.
Visit silverstar.com to learn more.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad.
Oh, come on. This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the home of the Parma Panthers as they are hosting the Parma Holiday Tournament. The Emmett Huskies right now are taking on Soda Springs and the Cardinals, and the score at the end of the first half, 30-16, Soda Springs on top right now. And we take a look at the foul problems for these games, and not really a ton of problems for Emmett and the Huskies as they only have 7 fouls recorded on their squad so far, as Jessica Leiter, Allie Kaiser, and Morgan Mitchell have a pair of fouls each. On the other side for Soda Springs, a lot more fouls, but spread out evenly throughout the team, and it's a team that has seen even scoring as well, as only 3 players have yet to get into the scorebook. Kirsten Rasmussen leading the way for the team. She's got 12 points, only a single rebound by my tally. 7 points for Casey Smith as the next leading scorer for Soda Springs and the Cardinals. On the other side for Emmett and the Huskies, 4 points apiece for Jessica Leiter, Lily Smith, and 4 points for Morgan Mitchell, the big 6'1" post down low, who has been held very quiet by the Cardinals so far in this game. We have about 2 minutes and 45 seconds. A good chance to remind you that these games and every game brought to you by Caribou Memorial Hospital, where you will find a qualified, happy, and fun staff working with doctors who have a real interest in your well-being. They also have a large network of specialists and surgeons working in state-of-the-art surgical facilities and feature on-site rehabilitation services to ensure you have a comfortable and timely recovery. That's Caribou Memorial Hospital Living Center and clinics at 300 South, 3rd West in Soda Springs. I also want to give a shout out to the Holiday Inn and Suites in Nampa, Idaho at the Idaho Center, as they have a wonderful place for us to stay here. They were nice enough to do a little bit of trade with us to get us up here, and an absolutely gorgeous hotel. It's right outside of the shopping centers that are there in Nampa, and just a quick drive from a couple of different airports, as well as a lot of the amenities that you'll find in Boise, as well as here in Nampa and Parma as well. So that's a look at everything going on at the half. We'll take a quick break, come back with the start of quarter number 3 on KBRV 800 The Bear, and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Many things can cause the holiday blues: stress, fatigue, unrealistic expectations, over-commercialization, financial constraints, and the inability to be with one's family and friends. Remember, the holiday season does not banish reasons for feeling sad or lonely. There is room for these feelings to be present, even if the person chooses not to express them. If you or someone you know needs professional mental health counseling, visit Mexico Therapeutic Services, located at 421 West 2nd South, Suite 3 in Soda Springs. Call 208-547-4550 for an appointment. Most insurances are accepted.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Welcome back out to the home of the Parma Panthers as they're hosting their holiday tournament on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as online at mylocalradio.com. It'll be Emmett and the Huskies starting out quarter number 3 with the basketball, and a quick traveling call is going to go against Emmett and the Huskies as they're going to turn it over right off the bat to Soda Springs and the Cardinals. Definitely not the way that you wanted things to go if you're the Huskies, and it will be over to Reagan Yamauchi to bring it forward for Soda Springs, up by 14, 30-16. Yamauchi, a relatively quiet quarter for herself, 2 points, 2 rebounds, a couple of assists as well, as White takes the ball on the right side, lofts a pass. Rasmussen reaches back to get it, but has her shot blocked away. If that pass is in motion, then it is going to be a beautiful layup for Rasmussen, who they've gone to a lot so far in this game. Unfortunately for her, just a little bit out of her reach. Cardinals, though, will go right back to her, and Mitchell back-to-back blocks. Pulls down the ball for the rebound, and up the court come the Huskies. 7:28 to go. Smith to the left side of the top of the key. Goes to her right. Passes it off into the wing. It'll be taken there by Taylor. Mary Jo now passes it off to the left side. Smith now on the box side of the key is going to pass it through the lane, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Casey Smith of the Cardinals, and it will be back over to the Huskies to inbound. Emmett gives it off to Smith to do the inbounding, or excuse me, that is actually going to be Lighter, to inbound the basketball. Gets it to Kaiser, right side wing, picks up her dribble, feeds it back over to Smith. She goes back to the right corner, taking a shot there, is going to be up by Lighter. She can't get it to go. Kaiser gets the offensive board, goes up for the shot, and is fouled on the way down on that one. So Lighter is going to head to the free throw line after getting herself the second rebound. The foul is going to go on Kirsten Rasmussen, her second, and to the stripe is going to be, as I said, Jessica Lighter. To the right side, free throw shooter cannot hit the front end as it rolls off the rim to the left side. And we'll have one more free throw coming up with 7:02 to go. Score remains frozen at 30-16. Second free throw up and no good off the front of the rim. So 0 for 2 on the trip. Rebound is going to go out of bounds. Last touched by the Huskies. So nobody will get the rebound there for either team, and it'll be the Cardinals to inbound the basketball. Loose full court pressure is going to be applied by the Huskies, and Yamauchi's going to come up the near side, breaks the pressure easily. Right side wing, pulls up her dribble, spins back into the lane, goes up for the soft layup. Yamauchi doing it all herself, coast to coast, gets the Cardinals onto the board. First points of the second half, 32-16. Cardinals doubling up the Huskies. over to the right side. Smith goes to her right, into the lane, passes off the ball now. It's going to be taken to the lane by Leiter. Up with the shot, sits on the rim for a moment before falling off. Rebound goes out of bounds, last touched by Mitchell, who just couldn't track in the ball herself as she was fighting for it with Rasmussen underneath the basket. And it goes back again to Soda Springs. EMMETT will return up the court. Going back to her favorite side, the right side of the logo, as she will hesitate and crosses half court, guarded by Smith. Goes to her left, gives off to Callie Groning, top of the key. Callie uses her dribble, stutter steps, backs it out near the top of the key once again. 6:18 to go before giving it off to White. She'll pick up her dribble, goes to her right, tries to cut into the lane, kicks one outside. Groning open from 19 feet off the side of the rim. Beautiful look, and a foul is going to be called after the rebound on the floor. It goes on Kirsten Rasmussen, her third. So she's starting to get into a little bit of foul trouble here herself. And with 6:08 to go, it'll be another inbounds play coming up for the Huskies. So Kirsten checks out. Jessie Belknap will check back into the game. And into the game is going to be Smith as she'll take the point. Goes to her left, comes up the court, crosses half court, almost runs into Mitchell before spinning to her right. Passes off. Taylor lofts the pass back over to Smith, top of the key, before driving inside. Smith leaves a teardrop short with the right hand. Groning, right place, right time, pulls in the board, gives up ahead to White, who tries to go coast to coast herself, blows the layup over the top of the hoop. Rebound pulled in by Rasmussen and thrown into the lane where it's going to be a jump ball called. Jessie Belknap able to get there and get the jump ball, and the Cardinals will have the basketball on the possession arrow. As it's going to be EMMETT to inbound the basketball, throws it off the defender, gets the basketball down low in the post, loses it before seeing it swung back outside to Casey Smith. Her shot short and rebounded on the play by Maddie Jo Taylor, the 5'6" junior. The junior will come up the court, red hair and a double braid on the back of her head, which is rather impressive, I have to say the least, as the ball is lofted down low to Kaiser. She can't hold on to the basketball and turns it over once again to the Cardinals, second of the quarter. Smith stutter steps, drives in, lofts the pass underneath to Belknap. Jessie gives it outside. EMMETT gives up a shot from 8 feet, drops it home from the left side wing, and the Cardinals' lead builds up now to 18 points, 34-16. Up the right side of the court, into the paint, trying to step around is Kaiser, and a rocking foul is going to be called as Kylie Groning could not move her feet quickly enough to get her position set there, and ends up giving the Huskies an inbounds play underneath their own hoop. Third team foul on the Cardinals, third foul on Groning as well, as Alexa White will check out and Kat McCullough will check back into the game for Soda Springs. Out of the game as well as going to check Leiter, and into the game for the Huskies will go Marston. And Marston takes the ball on the right side wing, lofts the pass now to Smith in the corner, takes it, drives in, gets it back out to Marston. She gives to Mitchell, who cuts into the lane herself, lofts one up with the left hand, too strong, rolls along the rim, and EMMETT's right there for the rebound, her fourth of the game. Up the pass, comes quickly to McCullough. She gives off to Jessie Belknap, who tries to bank a shot in from the free throw line. Too strong, rolls off the rim. Smith right there for the board, and she'll push it up the court right the other way. In for the Huskies, lays it up and in, going coast to coast. Lily Smith with her 6th point of the game, first point of the half for the Huskies, and the score goes to 34-18. Back the other way, though, the Cardinals are taking it aggressively to the hoop, not waiting for much as they end up throwing the ball up towards the basket. It's going to be blocked away and then blocked out of bounds off Callie Groning. It'll remain Huskies to inbound with 4:20 to go in the third quarter. Smith up the left side, pulls up her dribble, lofts the pass forward, and it's going to be taken there by Marsing. She goes into the hoop. Backdoor pass taken there by Mitchell on the left side. No good on the shot, and the rebound where Groning is going to pick it up, and she'll bring it forward. Still no points for Callie, but she does have 4 boards to the near side. EMMETT looks over to the inside. Belknap comes over to the right side block, but EMMETT's going to pass her by and move to the top of the key. She'll step back, 5:30 to go, or 5:53 to go, I should say, as the ball is going to be moved up top of the key again to Smith. Back outside, EMMETT just inside the three-point line, in motion, can't get the 3 to go. Rebound fought for between a pair of 6'1" giants, and finally battled out of bounds, as it's going to be Mitchell, the last one to touch it. And honestly, now that you look at it out there on the court, it looks like Jessie has a little bit of a height advantage on Mitchell at that. So the Cardinals with the tallest player on the court. Inbounds pass goes to Casey Smith. Left side from the corner for 2. Casey Smith with her foot on the line builds the lead back up to 18 for Soda Springs, 36-18 with 3.5 minutes to go. Smith breaks the press, comes near side. Marsing up with a shot, That is actually Joe Taylor who puts up the shot. No good. Rebound back into the hands of Casey Smith, who brings it forward up the right side. Stands on the wing, now walks over towards the top of the key, bounces one to Tawny Barfus, who gives it back over to Smith. She backs up near the logo, goes to the right side. Myers holds it there on the wing, guarded on the outside by Marsing before feeding it to Barfus, top of the key. Barfus goes left side. McCullough picks up her dribble, gives off to Myers, drives to her right, picks up her dribble, gives off now to Smith, who goes over to the left side. They're going to end up with the ball in the hands of Belknap. She feeds it into the low block, taken there by Barfus, but she can't hold on to the pass, and it's turned back over to the Huskies. They'll push the pace back up the court, lofting one up and getting it to go. Maddie Jo Taylor with the coast-to-coast run lays it in, and it's 36-20. The lead now at 16 for the Soda Springs Cardinals as the Huskies chip in just a bit with 2:38 to go. To the right side, Smith gives the ball off now where Kat McCullough takes on the wing, fakes a pass inside. Belknap fights her way back over there, and now McCullough fires a pass up top to Barfus. Crowd wanted a 5-second call, didn't get it as Smith now gives it up to the top of the key. She'll go back to her left, looks to cut in. Probst is going to force her off the ball and gives it off to McCullough. McCullough on the wing, loses her dribble, picks the ball back up, holds onto it for a moment before giving it off to Barfus. Cardinals having a little bit of trouble getting inside on the Huskies defense right now. It looks like they've switched to a man-to-man defense on the zone, or away from the zone. But Belknap goes right side, taken there by Smith on the wing, down low back to Belknap. She'll go up, blocked away. Marshall gets another block, but then throws it back away to the Cardinals right off the bat. It's over to Kat McCullough, who puts up a couple of shots, can't get it. Rebound tracked back all the way outside, where it's going to be taken over and brought in by McCullough. She goes right side. Belknap goes up for the shot. This time she's fouled. And a very, very confusing set of events there as you see a quick turnover come over from EMMETT and the Huskies after Mitchell got her 6th rebound of the game. And then you end up watching the Cardinals get it right back, throw the ball around a few times before getting Belknap to step to the line after Mitchell picks up her 3rd foul. First free throw up and no good by Jessie Belknap. That's also the Cardinals' first free throw of the second half. One more coming up for the 6'1 sophomore at the stripe. With a minute and 35 seconds left to go here. And a timeout's going to be taken by the Soda Springs Cardinals. We'll take one as well. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Welcome back over to the home of the Parma Panthers. They're playing host in their holiday tournament. And right now the Soda Springs Cardinals with a 36-20 lead with a minute and 35 to go on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Out of the timeout, it'll be Jessie Belknap at the stripe. Her second free throw is going to be no good. Rebound bounces to Lily Smith, who pushes it up the court. Goes to the right side, accepts contact, puts up a shot, and is going to be blocked away, but she got contact on the way there. Foul goes on Jessie Belknap from above. It'll be her first and sends Smith now to the line for free throws, where she is 0 for 2. Missed her free throws back in the second quarter. And with a minute 30 to go here, has a chance to make up for that, and will on the first one as she knocks that one home for her 7th point of the game. Leads the scorers for the EMMETT Huskies. Come into this game 6-2. Definitely have not played like a 6-2 team here in this afternoon's contest. Second free throw up and good. 4 points for Smith now. Cardinals to bring it forward with a minute and 30 seconds to go. It's going to be Yamauchi. Slows up her dribble. Lost one up ahead. Ariana Finlayson fresh into the game. Gives off to Yamauchi now. And the Cardinals will hold the basketball for a moment. Yamauchi breaks the coverage as she's going to be guarded on the outside by Marsing. Now Marsing gets shuffled off. And an offensive foul is going to be called as Kat McCullough, not necessarily setting her feet on the screen, was kind of roving around trying to figure out who she wanted to screen, ends up turning it back over to the EMMETT Huskies, and the Cardinals will go back on defense. Smith to the left side. Marsing takes it on the wing, gives back to Smith, almost has it blocked away. McCullough playing defense on Smith, now backs her up towards half court. Under a minute to play now as the clock winds. Pass over to the right side. Marsing takes it. Lofts one underneath. Mitchell takes it there. Faces Belknap. Down, drives against her. Puts up a fadeaway. Turnaround. Gets it to go. Morgan Mitchell with her 6 point. And the Cardinals see their lead cut down to 12. Back the other way. Soda Springs turns it right back over. McCullough trying to loft the pass underneath to Belknap. It goes off Belknap's fingers and into the Cardinals bench. So Huskies will have a chance to bring it forward. Full court press is going to be backed off, and to the left side, the Huskies will get the ball into the hands of Goslin. She'll go to her right, stops at the free throw line, passes it to Marsing, right side corner, launches a shot up, airballs it over the hoop. Rebound tracked down by Gosling. And another chance now for the Huskies as they back it up to the top of the key. 20 seconds to go, see if they hold for final shot. Marsing goes to the right wing, holds the ball with pink shoes before going top of the key. Gosling lines up a triple, airballs it out of bounds, and the Cardinals will take the basketball right back with 12 seconds to go, and a full substitution coming for Soda Springs. 5 new players onto the court: Callie Groning, Alexa White, Casey Smith, Taylor Myers, and Kirsten Rasmussen, all checking back in for Soda Springs for this final possession. It'll be a ball passed in to Smith. She'll hold on the left side of the base or sideline. Lobs one up ahead to Groning. She's going to take the ball, and a foul called on the near side with 6.2 seconds left to go. Goes on Jessica Leiter. It'll be her third and the second team foul on the Huskies. Cardinals to inbound from the near side, and Groning will get set to do the inbound as she stands with her hair braided, but the braid's starting to fall apart. Inbounds pass is going to be tipped into the backcourt. Casey Smith recovers it. Time winding down, a second left to go. Shot up and hacked on the shot attempt on the far side is Smith. No call, though, as both Smiths hit the deck, and the coaches wanted a foul call from here on the near sideline. They're not going to get one. Either way, we head to the break with a score at 36-24. Soda Springs up by 12 on KBRV 800 The Bear, with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Back out here at the home of the Parma Panthers, Caleb Burgraff on KBRV 800 The Bear with the start of the fourth quarter underway. Smith breaks open for a wide-open three-ball from Emmett and the Huskies, and a foul is going to be called on Soda Springs and the Cardinals, I believe, after the shot. And it will be an inbounds play coming up as Taylor Myers is going to be called for her second foul. 16th foul on the Cardinals, so it'll be 1-1 bonus the remainder of the way through for Emmett and the Huskies, down by 12. Bounce pass down low is going to be tied up underneath the hoop. It'll be the Cardinals with the basketball as the Huskies will come away with their 16th turnover of the game, and that's an improvement as they had 12 at the half. So they only turned it over 3 times in that third quarter of play. Cardinals to inbound, full court pressure once again being applied by Emmett. Near side, White tries to break the press and does. Goes off to her left side, avoids a trap, loads the pass over into the hands of Rasmussen. Right side, Smith is going to get it over to Myers. Back to Smith. Top of the key, taking it back is Rasmussen. She gives off to Casey Smith. Goes over to White. White will bring it back over to the top of the key once again. And the junior drives to her right, pulls it back out before lofting a pass into the hands of Groning, who will stand near half court and waste a little bit more time. 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Smith to the right side. Now she'll back the basketball out before moving over to her left on the wing. Comes back to her right, passes it right side. Groning open from the corner for 3, no good. Rebound's going to be back into the hands of White. Underneath, she'll feed it to Rasmussen, who lays it up and in. A little bit of teamwork there for the Cardinals, gets them onto the board first in the fourth quarter, 38-24, up by 14. to the right side. Smith now bounces the pass to Marsing, who takes it on the wing. She lost one down low. Mitchell gets left some room, now goes inside, and a foul's going to be called on the drive to the hoop. Jessica Leiter gets bumped. And we'll see who the foul goes on. They're going to call another one on to Taylor Myers. That's going to go as her third, and it should be 1-and-1 free throws coming up at the stripe for Jessica Leiter, who is 1 for 4 so far tonight, or this afternoon, I should say. First game of the Parma tournament, just about 3:03 here. And the first free throw is up and good. So they are awarding her two as everyone was standing still. They're going to say that was in the act of shooting. And one more free throw coming up. Leiter up to 5 points now. And the score back down to a 13-point game. One more free throw as we're in the number 10. Leiter drops down, puts up the shot. This one sits on the front of the rim, but they're going to call a lane violation on the EMMETT Huskies, and the free throw will not count. And the Cardinals will come back the other way. 38-25 with 6:44 to go. Ball passed over to Casey Smith. She'll bring it up the far side. Ball is batted back into the hands of the Huskies as a unadvised pass comes from the Cardinals, and the Huskies have a chance to cut in now. Is driving into the lane. Smith teardrop goes. Lily Smith now gets up to 10 points on the afternoon, 27-38. Over to the left side. Groning takes the point, doing it herself right now. Now lofts it up ahead to Smith. She goes to her left, drives sideline, kicks up in the corner, now gives it back up to Groning near half court. She'll hold on to the ball for a moment, lets time wind down. 6 minutes and 15 seconds to go. To the left, Groning drives through, catches a couple screens. Good switch-offs by the Huskies, though, and a foul's going to be called over on the far sideline as Jessica Leiter picks up her fourth foul, and Groning will get to inbound the ball from the far sideline. Quick substitution checks into the game. Alexa White will check out as Reagan Yamauchi will check back in. And Groning this time will inbound. Gets it to Smith, who breaks open on the left wing. Crosses back to her left before coming to her right. Top of the key. Bounces it off to Yamauchi. She lost one inside. Rasmussen, quick turnaround. Fires up, no good. Rebound is going to go into the hands of Myers, who throws it away out of bounds. And the Cardinals will turn it back over to the Huskies again. The Cardinals' 10th turnover of the game. They're starting to creep up on the Huskies in that category. 38-27, 11-point game now with 6 minutes to go. Up the court to the right side. It's going to be Kaiser to Marsing to Smith, near side wing. Balls now is going to be thrown out of bounds by the Huskies as they'll return the favor to the Cardinals. And unable to collect the pass was Jessica Leiter. Good ball movement by the Huskies as Leiter had an open shot if she had a better pass, but she did not get the good pass and loses out of bounds. Cardinals back the other way, give off to Groning on the wing. She'll be trapped, double teamed over there, I should say. Myers goes into the middle of the paint, underneath pass given to Rasmussen, outside Groning, open from 12, can't get it to go. Rebound tipped and controlled by Casey Smith. That's going to be her fourth board of the game, and she brings it around near the top of the key. Left side, Groning tries to drive, picks up her dribble, bounces one back to Smith, who backs up from the top of the key. 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Over to the left side once again now is going to be Groning. She'll hold on to her dribble, gives up to Myers, top of the key, before taking a dribble to the right side and giving off to Smith. She'll be double teamed. Underneath, Yamauchi, nobody near her, lays it up and in. Reagan with her 8th point of the game, 27-40, a bit more cushion for the Cardinals. And they'll get more as the Huskies throw it away. Smith throwing it into her own bench, and a timeout taken by head coach Lorraine Harrison of the Huskies. Back after this with more on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Welcome back out to the home of the Parma Panthers in Parma, Idaho. About 4 hours and 45 minutes away from Soda Springs, Idaho, as the Lady Cardinals up on the Parma Huskies, 40-27, looking for another win against a 3A school. And this one, record-wise, would have a lot of importance to the Cardinals, as EMMETT is 6-2 on the year coming into this game. And in this second half, I will give this to the Huskies. They have played a much better version of their basketball game. 4 minutes, 50 seconds to go. And Myers will get set to inbound from the near sideline for the Cardinals as they will start out with the ball after a turnover came from the Huskies. Full court pressure is going to be applied. Yamauchi breaks out free in the backcourt and is going to take the basketball forward. Walks forward with under 5 minutes to play, 4 minutes and 45 seconds to the right side. Yamauchi passes it back outside where it's taken by Smith in between half court and the three-point line. She drives around, has one to beat, now pulls it back out to the three-point line though, and is content with just wasting a little bit more time. Yamauchi picks up the ball, gives off to Rasmussen. She'll give back to Yamauchi, and the Emmett Huskies continue to get trapped up high. Groning sneaking deep, but on the far side, Yamauchi's going to have to call a timeout for the Cardinals as she was getting trapped and double-teamed on the far side of the court. Heads-up play by the freshman, and it'll be a Cardinals basketball on the far sideline after the return to play. We'll keep it right here on this one and remind you that this game brought to you by Caribou Memorial Hospital, where you will find a qualified, happy, and fun staff working with doctors who have a real interest in your well-being. They also have a large network of specialists and surgeons who work in state-of-the-art surgical facilities and feature on-site rehabilitation services to ensure you have a comfortable and timely recovery. That's Caribou Memorial Hospital and Living Center at 300 South 3rd West in Soda Springs. 40-27 on your Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Soda Springs on top right now, looking to try and win their 4th straight game from the Parma tournament, dating back to last year after they won the tournament. There'll be an inbounds play coming up for the Cardinals as Myers, no one to get it to, now lofts this one deep. Ramauchi's going to pick it up, brings it back up the court, and she'll have to get by Smith to bring it forward. Goes to her left, is going to beat Smith, gets across the half-court stripe, trap comes, she'll loft it up ahead to Groning and then throws it away. Picked up on the play by Kaiser, who comes up the left side before going over to Mitchell. Right side, three ball, put up by Taylor, can't get it to go. Rebounded on the back side by Callie Groning, and the Cardinals will survive the turnover, their 11th of the game. Quickly, they push the ball back up the court before turning it over again. No, on the baseline. Mitchell picked up the ball on the baseline and turns it back over to the Cardinals again. 3:50 to go. And Yamauchi to lob this one in now from underneath the hoop on the right side. Gives it out to Smith, left side wing. Goes back up top to Groning, who holds it top of the key. Back over to Smith. She'll walk this one near the top of the key. Now goes back to her left. Avoids the double team trap. Drives all the way baseline on her own. Lays it up and in. Casey Smith with a great drive to the hoop. That's an opportunity there for your A&C shot of the game. Brought to you by A&C Embroidery in Soda Springs. Over to the right side. Smith holds onto the ball now for the Huskies. She cuts to the hoop. Goes up and under with the ball. Lays it up and in. Lily Smith with the next level move. Gets herself and the Huskies back within 13. 42 to 29. Yamauchi trying to break the full court press, lost one up ahead, turns it over. Kaiser with the basketball going on her own, walks in the lane, gets away with it, but lays it up and in. Kaiser coming up with her 4th point of the game, and a timeout's going to be taken by the Cardinals now as they want to talk it over. Their lead trimmed down to 11 with 3:05 to go. We'll take a break with them. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is just minutes from the Boise Municipal Airport and 1 mile from the Nampa Municipal Airport. Whether you're traveling for pleasure or on business, you will enjoy the warm surroundings and friendly staff that really make you feel at home. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is close to the hospital, skiing, and restaurants. Come rest and relax. Call 1-800-HOLIDAY to reserve your rooms today. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center, 1-800-465-4329.
Welcome back out to Parma, Idaho. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com. And right now, the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals with a 42-31 lead over Parma and the Panthers. And the Cardinals will have the basketball with 3 minutes and 5 seconds left to go. Yamauchi gets the inbounds. No, it's tipped out of bounds by Kaiser. The Emmett Huskies got to be looking at themselves going, where was this team all along during this game? Is the 4th and 3rd quarters have seen a different Huskies team than we saw in the first half. Cardinals to inbound once again, and it'll be a pass inside to Groning, who will bring it forward. She comes up the right side, lobs one up ahead to Smith. Casey picks up her dribble, gives back to Groning, goes into the lane, kicks one back out to Yamauchi on the left side wing. Back underneath. It's going to be Myers fighting up a shot at the hoop. She's going to be fouled from the backside. It goes on Mitchell. We'll see if this one is going to be free throws or shooting. inbounds, and it will be a shooting foul. So Taylor Myers, who is 2 for 4 at the stripe so far tonight, will step to the line. First free throw from Myers, up and bottoms. Makes the first free throw make of the second half for the Soda Springs Cardinals. 43-31, up by 12 now with 2 minutes and 52 seconds to go. Game still in doubt, though, as the Huskies have been on a little bit of a tear. Second free throw sits on the back of the rim. Good backspin, gets it to sit back down into the cylinder. 44-31, Cardinals back up by 13. Huskies give the ball to the right side. Marsing picks up her dribble, fires over to the right side again, where Kaiser now gives off now to Taylor. Taylor goes into the corner. Picked up there by Smith, who gets double teamed before bringing it around top of the key. Drives into the lane, floats up a teardrop, fouled, and the basket. Smith heading to the line for an and one play. She's got 10 points in the second half. Foul goes on to Kirsten Rasmussen. They're going to say it'll be her 4th and the team's 8th, and an and one basket coming up for Lily Smith at the stripe to give her 11 points in the quarter. She's got 14 in the game so far. First free throw up and good. Give her 15 in the game to lead all scorers. And an inbound steal is going to be taken by the Huskies. Shot missed on the attempt going up and out of bounds. Last touch by the Cardinals. So the Soda Springs Cardinals melting down in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes and 27 seconds to go. 34-44. Huskies to inbound the basketball. Lob one deep. Near side, Smith. Pump fakes. Drives around. Steps back up before giving the ball out to Taylor. Her 3-ball air balls off the backboard before being picked up and rebounded by Marston. Marston gives the ball off and has it turned over. Groning picks it up in the lane. Up the court. Groning up ahead to Smith. No one in front of her. Drives to the lane. Air balls her shot over the basket. Mitchell pulls in the rebound. And back the other way come the Huskies. Right side. Taylor to the lane. Drives baseline, kicks it out to Kaiser, who lays it up and in. Allie Kaiser with 6 points now. Cardinals lead cut down to 8, and on the near side, a foul is going to be called as Kaiser ends up hacking Callie Groning coming up the near sideline. It'll be Kaiser's 3rd foul, and the Cardinals will get to inbound from the near sideline now. Still in the backcourt with 1:53 to go, 8-point game here. Groning to inbound the ball. She looks through the backcourt, gets to EMMETT over to the left side. Slows her pace down. Now comes back to her right, crosses the timeline before kicking off to Groning. Let's see if the Cardinals want to try and milk down some of the clock. They'll get it to Casey Smith, who will not milk. Puts up a 3-ball, misses it, but gets the rebound to Taylor Myers, who has the ball pulled out of her hands. And a foul back up the court is called on Taylor Myers. That'll be her 4th after having a rebound just stripped out of her fingertips for a turnover. And it will send Allie Kaiser to the stripe where she has yet to take a free throw. It should still be 1-1. The final 1-1 free throws of the fourth quarter with 1:38 to go and an 8-point Cardinals lead, as right now Soda Springs has seen their game melt down in this contest. They have not had a lot of success in this fourth quarter, being outscored right now 12-6. Free throw up and good on the front end. Kaiser knocks it home, and she'll have one more coming up. She's got 7 points in the game right now. With 1:38 to go, Cardinals will defend this inbounds. This one up. That's short off the front of the rim. Rebound goes to Kirsten Rasmussen, her 2nd board of the game, and Soda will bring it forward. Callie Groning with the 7-point lead for the Cardinals will be fouled on the backside. Maddie Jo Taylor picks up her 1st foul. And it'll be the Cardinals to inbound now with Callie Groning. And another timeout's going to be taken by the Huskies, and Emmett will take one with them as well. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
They need your help. They're overstocked with Lazy Boy and Catnapper recliners, sofas, and love seats. They'll wheel and deal right now at Sanders Furniture, Flooring, and Appliance. If you will help them make room in their showroom, they'll help you keep money in your bank account while you're enjoying high-quality, comfortable Lazy Boy and Catnapper recliners, sofas, and love seats. They need your help, and you need to save money. Wheel and deal right now at Sanders Furniture, Flooring, and Appliances on Main Street in Soda Springs.
Welcome back out to the home of the Parma Panthers here at the Parma Holiday Invitational Tournament. And in the first round, the Soda Springs Cardinals looked like they were going to have an easier round, but the the EMMETT Huskies, who are 6-2 in their own right at the 3A level, have suddenly decided to make this a ball game. It is 44-37 with 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go. A 7-point lead. The Cardinals have led by as many as 18 in this game. In fact, they were doubling up the Huskies at one point in time, 36-18. Since then, though, it's been all EMMETT, and the Cardinals have watched as the Huskies have reeled off 19 points to only the 8 that they've been able to reel off, making it a 7-point ball game with 1:27 to go. Cardinals with the inbound, bringing it forward. Alexa White to the near side, picks up her dribble, goes right side to Gronick. She goes to the wing, has the ball poked out of her hands and stripped away. Maddie Jo Taylor comes up with another steal. Up ahead to Kaiser goes the Huskies to the right side wing. She's guarded tightly by Taylor Myers. Near side, quick 3-ball, put up off the side of the rim. No good, but rebounded on the backside by Kaiser herself. She kicks it out to Smith. That deuce is good. Lily Smith with her 17th point of the game. And the Cardinals collapsing right now on the court. 52 seconds to go, up by 5, 39-44. Yamauchi with the ball, dribbles it through and comes out to the near side. She goes to the right side before being fouled on the play. That'll be, I believe, the 7th team foul on the Huskies. And that is true. It will be the 7th team foul on the Huskies and sends Reagan to the stripe, where she is 2 for 2 so far in the game. Foul goes on Lily Smith. That'll be her 2nd. Lily Smith. Yamauchi to the stripe. Right-handed shooter. And puts up the front end of the 1-on-1. Can't get it. Alexa White right there for the board. Puts up a shot, but is blocked away by Mitchell. Poor decision to put up the shot. Kaiser gets the basketball, gives it back, and it'll be brought back forward by Mitchell. Near side, ball's going to be taken by Leiter. She goes right side. 3-ball put up by Taylor, who cans the 3. Dropping it home. It's a 2-point game with 23 seconds to go. And Callie Groning is fouled on the intentional foul with 21.7. It's a 2-point ball game and huge free throws coming up for Callie Groning at the stripe. EMMETT and the Huskies fighting it from back down by as many as 18. And 1-and-1 free throws for Callie Groning coming up here. She needs to hit the first to make it a 3-point game. That is an imperative make for Soda Springs and the Cardinals. As Groning takes it, the senior toes the line. And will eye the first free throw. Puts it up, and that one is no good. Rolls off. Taylor Myers with the rebound. Kicks it out. Yamauchi gets it to White. White is going to be fouled on the backside. Maddie Jo Taylor is going to pick up another one. Huge rebound by Taylor Myers. Talk about a shot of the game. We might just have to go with a play of the game on that one, as that one makes up for it. And I apologize for those of you watching online where the video stream has frozen, as the free throw up and no good. Alexa White, though, is going to say her foot was on the line. It was 17.8 seconds left to go. The Huskies get to bring the basketball back up the court. 44-42 to the left side. Smith pushes the pace up the court, guarded by Groning. Trying to get some contact, can't get it, pulls it back out. 11 seconds to go. Smith to the right side, stops, pops, blocked into the air by Rasmussen, rebounded by Yamauchi. She's going to drive it to the left side before being fouled with 3.5 seconds left. Rasmussen stepped up and blocked Smith and sent it back to the Cardinals. Yamauchi with a chance at 1-and-1 free throws coming on the other end after the ball dribbled out her way, and Soda Springs is going to escape. And I mean escape possibly with a victory here if Yamauchi can end up making these free throws, as Leiter is fouled out with her 5th. 44-42 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard, and Reagan, a free throw here would all but seal it. 2 would ice it. Trying to make it a 3-point game at least. First one for Yamauchi is up and no good. 2 free throws coming up for the freshman, though, and the second one is going to be a big one. 2-point game still, 44-42. Reagan toes the line with the right foot. Goes through a routine on the dribble, puts this one up. That one is good, makes it a 3-point game. Best EMMETT can do is tie. 2.7 seconds to go. Smith up ahead. It's over to the right side. Too late by Marsing. The shot's no good. Cardinals escape 45-42 over The EMMETT Huskies here in the first round of the Parma tournament. Soda Springs guaranteed no worse than 4th in this tournament with an upset victory over the 6-2 EMMETT Huskies, handing them their 3rd loss of the season. We're going to take a break, come back with more on KBRV 800 The Bear and back at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Hey, America. We need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, Fish Dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the Parma Panthers as the holiday tournament's first game's underway. The Cardinals moving on in the winner's bracket. They are going to take on the winner of the other game that was going on at this point in time between Caldwell and Marsing, as that game is wrapping up in the other gym as we speak. And right now it's getting set for the first boys game of the Invitational, as it is going to be Emmett and North Fremont taking each other on here in this gym. Caldwell and Weiser will be taking each other on in the far gym. And with that, we welcome you into our post-game show, and we want to make this one a quick one so we can get set up for the boys game coming your way later on tonight at 6:30, with pregame going on air at about 6:10 here at the home of the Parma Panthers and the other small gym. So we will be moving to the Loca gym. As far as what our recap looks like, though, we start off with our shot of the game brought to you by ANC Embroidery, and I think there's not a bigger shot than maybe just every single one Kirsten Rasmussen got underneath the basket with her wide open layups, as she was able to sneak behind the defense throughout the entire game. So we're going to call that our shot of the game, brought to you by ANC Embroidery, in the business of making your business or team look good. 208-604-1775, and she has to be our player of the game too. 14 points, only 2 rebounds. Casey Smith, another valuable asset to the Cardinals, 11 points and 4 rebounds. Reagan Yamauchi, 9 points and 5 rebounds for Soda Springs and the Cardinals. Other scorers for them included Taylor Myers with 4 points and 5 boards. Kat McCullough had 3 points and 4 rebounds. 2 rebounds for Alexa White to go with her 2 points. 2 points for Jessie Belknap to go with her 2 boards as well in limited minutes for the Cardinals. On the other side, Lily Smith led the way for Emmett and the Huskies, 17 points, 13 of those coming in the second half of play. She also had 4 rebounds in the game. 5 points for Maddie Jo Taylor, including a big 3 to cut it to a 2-point game late in the fourth quarter with just about 20 seconds left to go. Cardinals would survive that, though. She ended up with 5 and 2, 7 points for Allie Kaiser, and then Morgan Mitchell had a very, very quiet game for a 6'1" post. Only 6 points. She did have 7 rebounds in the game, though, for the Emmett Huskies. Final score of this one, again, 42-45. We do not have a sports update for you on this one. We will following the boys game as we look to continue on here from the home of Parma and the Panthers. Back after this with more on KBRV 800 The Bear and live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
You are not going to.
Then what you're
going
to do is turn onto Marcy Avenue.
Just broke up,
and go past the first 3 lights, and then take the next left. I don't really then drive 5 more blocks, and you should be there.
Who am I to judge, right?
Park on the right.
That's
I'll
what
see
I
you
heard
later
last
tonight.
night.
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
One final wrap-up here for the post-game show. Again, the Soda Springs Cardinals coming away with a 45-42 victory over the Emmett Huskies as they end up winning their first game of the Parma Holiday Invitational, looking to try and repeat as the defending champs. They're going to need a much better effort in game number 2, where they're going to take on the winner of, again, Caldwell and Marsing, which was going on in the other gym as we were talking here. Again, we're going to be back on the air later on in just about 3 hours or so at 6:30 with the start of the boys game between the Soda Springs Cardinals and the Baker City Bulldogs. The JV Bulldogs making the trip over from Baker City, Oregon. That's all coming up here on your home for Soda Springs Cardinals Athletics, KBRV 800 The Bear, and online at mylocalradio.com. We'll hope to hear from you then and see you tuning in again then on your home for Soda Springs Athletics.
We hope you have enjoyed this presentation of Caribou County basketball on KBRV The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Visit our website for a full schedule of upcoming games and for recaps of every game we have covered this year. Until next time we take to the air with Caribou County Sports, goodbye and good night.